Hello, everybody. I am Tony Marino, and once again, along with HYTORC President Eric Junkers. And Eric, today we're going to address what is a very prominent issue, specifically in the oil and gas industry, and that is fugitive emissions. And I think everybody out there has taken a look at this and said, all right, it's not only reducing, it's eliminating fugitive emissions. And that is the task that HYTORC has taken on as well. And we're going to talk about that task today. When you think about fugitive emissions and when you guys as a team have to address it, you look at some of these numbers here that we're talking about.
Yeah, it's obviously something of great importance right now. All companies are looking for ways to really mitigate this challenge and really understand it better. And as you can see from some of these figures, it's pretty substantial what's going on out there in industry. You're having these emissions occur perhaps without even a knowledge of it, and maybe it's not visible to the naked eye. And so what we're doing as a company, as bolting specialists, we're trying to figure out ways that we can contribute and we can provide support towards this challenge and ultimately help to accomplish the goals that our customers are setting out.
It seems so simple to say, but it's, as these emissions are going out, it's really dollars going out the door. I mean, it's efficiency that's going on there. It's a safety issue and obviously an environmental issue as well.
Yeah, you've got really a whole host of different issues at play here. And so it's obvious why this is getting attention, why it deserves attention. And, it's something that we're very involved in, have been involved in, because when we take on the challenge of really enhancing the bolted joint integrity, that we're accomplishing really those three areas: looking after the environmental side, looking after the safety side, looking after the job quality, and ultimately productivity. So, there's a lot of enhancements that a bolted joint that's put together properly and effectively can really bring to the equation.
And for those who aren't familiar with HYTORC, and just to tell you the history of the company, and I guess the mission, if you will, is addressing the challenges that are out there in multiple industries, not just oil and gas, which we're talking specifically to today, but in multiple industries. Feedback from the field, feedback from clients and non-clients, non-customers, and addressing the challenges.
Yeah, I think that's really what we've been known for over our time, over our 53 years of existence, 54 years actually at this point of existence, is we do have our really, we listen to the field, we pay attention to what's going on, take a lot of feedback and put that into play in the development of our products, the offerings that we have as far as services are concerned. And so really what it comes down to is really the equipment that we have to offer, the hardware technology, you have the software technology, and then you have the support. So it's each one has its place in tackling this challenge that we have. The hardware, and we'll go into greater detail on that, but the tools, the fasteners, the pumps, each one really has its own role in really enhancing this work. And then the software, that's something certainly as of late that's really come a long ways, where we're utilizing wireless capabilities for data capturing and really just having a paper trail associated with all the work. That's just a big advancement for quality control. There's no question about that, and it's really something that's picking up a lot of steam within all industries. And then the support side of it. We are known for our support resources we have around the world, whether it's our sales team or our training team or our business development, sales engineers. These folks are throughout the globe, and they're able to provide just a level of support that's second to none.
And that's kind of the overview of what we're going to talk about today. It's really what HYTORC has that can address this very prominent problem in the oil and gas industry, and that's fugitive emissions. And of course, the goal is to eliminate fugitive emissions. So let's jump into the hardware, if you will, the tools and fasteners, and what can be used to address this. Why don't you tell us about these tools here?
Yeah, sure. We have a variety of different tools, really trying to find tools for each and every job, find the right tool for the job, depending on what it is you're up against. Obviously, there's a whole host of different scenarios and environments that you're working in. And so, one tool does not fit all. We do have to provide a number of different options for our customers to ensure that they can get the job done in the best way possible. So on the top left there, you've got our hydraulic tooling offering. That's our MXT Plus and our Stealth tools. Those are the top of the line hydraulics. We have been known for our hydraulics since our existence. That's where the name comes from. That's really what we specialized in all the way back in the 70s and continue to specialize in today. Really just robust tools, utilized in a variety of different areas, very precise, and very versatile. I mean, there's a lot you can do with them. And so right out of the gate, just shown right there, you've got a square drive tool, which goes with the socket. You've got a limited clearance tool, which is used for areas where clearance is an issue, any sort of radial clearances around the nut or overhead clearances. So that's where you would use that right there. Those are the main options. Obviously, there's a host of different accessories and that go with them. To the right of that, you've got our electric tooling products. That's something that has come along certainly as of the recent past, probably the last 10 years. And it has given us a whole new line of options and capabilities because of the software. The portability that comes with the battery technology is really tremendous. I mean, you take any hoses and wires and cords out of the equation, and we've gone up to 5,000 foot-pounds with our Lithium Series 2 tool, which is shown on this picture there. And so we're getting larger, and they're being used in a variety of different areas. And so what we can do with that is pretty exciting, and many of our customers are gravitating towards that because of the speed, because of the portability, and that's something that we're happy to work with them on, because these products have really come a long way, and we're continually developing and advancing them. Finally, the pneumatic products, that's the air tools. And we've had those out for the last about 15, 20 years. And again, for the right circumstances, they're very robust. They're very straightforward type of tools. So again, our approach is always working with our customers, understanding what they're up against, trying to figure out what makes sense, doing a site survey, and then ultimately offering them a recommendation based on our experience and our expertise, to allow for them to do the job in the most efficient way possible.
And certainly it's not one size fits all. And as you hear about more of the challenges out there, what can we do to make a tool better? I think the Spotlight on Technology winner this past year at OTC said that. What can we do better? You had the MXT, which was addressed many challenges over the lifespan, but you went out and you got the MXT Plus, and now we've got an award winner on our hands that was addressing many of these issues.
Yeah, the MXT line of tools is sort of synonymous with hydraulic bolting equipment. I mean, it's been around for 30 plus years, and it's known as the workhorse in this industry, and rightfully so. I mean, it is a workhorse, and it's something that we've proudly offered all the way up until this point. I mean, because many of our customers have gotten comfortable with it. They've used it for many years, and it just offers a lot. It's robust. It's just a good quality tool, and it gets the job done the way you want it to be done, and time again. And so, we were looking at things. How is it that we advance this product line? Is there something we can do to allow for it? Really, mainly to be able to use some of our fastener technologies. That's something the prior MXT, the predecessor, could not utilize. And so we said, well, if we're going to do that, let's figure out some other features and benefits that we can build in and bake into this product. And that's exactly what we have with the MXT Plus, which was just released within the past year. And we took home an award at the OTC show, which was really an honor, and just great to be recognized for some of these features that we're building into this tool, because we do feel that this square drive tool is absolutely the most versatile, most advanced hydraulic bolting tool that's available on the marketplace.
No, certainly it was when we revealed that this year. You talked about kind of, there are different challenges out there, different spaces that they have to get into. That's where these accessories come into play as well.
Yeah, and there's no tool that has the versatility of the MXT Plus, and that's mainly because of the fact that you have multiple reaction points right out of the gates. You've got the ability to react on the backside, which is something that, if you're familiar with the MXT or most hydraulic torque wrenches, that's the typical reaction point where the arm comes off of. Or you can react off of the drive, a coaxial type of reaction point. And so that just enables us to use a whole host of different arms and fixtures like you're seeing on this slide. And what that allows for us to do is just, again, find that right solution for the job. Find the safest, most effective way of going about the bolting work. Because it's not as simple as, okay, you've got a standard offering with an arm on the back, go out there, put it on the job. It would be nice if that was the case, but that's not reality. Reality is you've got a whole host of different challenges at play, and we want to work with our clients to really resolve them and to enable them to do it as best as possible.
And that's where, I think we're talking about fugitive emissions here, and I'm thinking there's those spots out there where they're like, they think I'm making that that fastener as tight as I can make it, and there's still stuff coming at it. That's where these accessories and your tools come into play, and your team going out and taking a look at it and saying, all right, here's the solution that we have.
Yeah, it's the first one we talk about, the hardware. It's a major part of it, obviously. I mean, these tools are really the what is ultimately doing the job. And it's any of this that we're talking about here, the versatility and the different fixtures and different things that we can use are going to enable one to perform the job better, safer, and more effectively. And so that all goes back to contributing towards, the fugitive emissions mitigation that we're talking about here.
And since, we're looking at the, and I'm going backwards a little bit, but we're talking about addressing things where are they compatible? They need to be compatible for things to work that may even be out in the field already.
Yeah, this was the first point I mentioned with regards to what we were looking to do with the MXT. We wanted to advance it. The tool is absolutely still viable, still a workhorse. There's nothing wrong with it. But we said, how can we get this tool to work with our fasteners? That's a big effort that we undertook, because we said the fasteners are a major part of the future of industrial bolting. They allow for the work to be done safer, done faster, done with easier. This is really what we're looking at as the next big step for industrial bolting. And so that's what this slide is showing here, the compatibility with our nut and the compatibility with our washer system. And the enhancements that come with that are really second to none. We're talking about major job time savings. We're talking about major safety enhancements. Safety, right out of the gates, you can see why. There's no reaction member on that tool. There's no reaction member off the front. There's no reaction member off the back. Why? Because that's what these fasteners enable you to do. They actually become the reaction point. So there's no external pinch points. We're taking the hazard, the main hazard, out of industrial bolting.
And of course, when safety is addressed, you're talking about there's job saving time. I guess what you want to say, there's time that's going to be saved on the job when you don't have to worry about stopping because of a safety issue. That's taking right out of there. So we were talking about Spotlight on Technology award winners at OTC. Here's one from 2021. Why don't you tell us about what we have on the screen
here?
here?
This is another piece of the puzzle that we look at as we go after this problem with our clients, trying to figure out ways to really tackle this issue that they've got specifically here with regards to fugitive emissions. And a big piece of the puzzle is the fasteners, because while all of those fixtures that we can offer, that we showed a couple of slides back, are terrific, and they can and they will enhance the work, and they may very well be right for certain circumstances. In the areas where a washer or a nut can be utilized, it is the preferred way of going about it more times than not. It is the route that we will go in our recommendations, in our proposal, because the enhancements are drastic. And the washer is the more recent development that we've had, and you've got here on the right, the nut has been out for about 30 years now, and it's still absolutely a terrific product, again, for the right circumstances. The washer has proven to be one that has a lot of scale to it, a lot of mass appeal as it pertains to your standard industrial applications. And it's really simple. It's very basic. There's not much to it. It acts as a standard hardened washer, but the benefits you are able to get out of it, due to a couple of different elegant features that you can see right on this slide here, namely these ridges outside as well as the pattern on the outside, it enables you for this washer to act as a reaction point, taking all those pinch points out of the equation. And in addition to that, it enables this product, because of those ridges and the positioning of those ridges, it acts as a locking nut. So that washer will actually ensure that nut stays tight on top, regardless of whatever vibration it's exposed to, regardless of whatever's going on. So it's another step, because it's not just about the initial bolting work. That's one aspect of it. It's about what goes on, a month from then, 6 months from then, between the maintenance cycles. We want to do our part to ensure that this bolted joint stays together properly. And this is one way we're doing that. And again, we were recognized by the OTC show with the Spotlight on New Technology Award. And it was just great validation for the team that was involved in the development of this, because we do feel ourselves that this is a major advancement, and clearly so does the folks that looked at this and reviewed it. And again, a great honor. So, this is really a big piece of the puzzle.
And of course, we spent a lot of time on the MXT Plus, and we should have because it's a Spotlight on New Technology Award winner. But in fact, HYTORC, a 4-time winner of the OTC Spotlight on New Technology Award, and one of those is the HYTORC Connect app. And the HYTORC Connect app really leads this Industry 4.0 in digitalization and what's going on in the industry. Before we dive into the app and what it does, tell us about digitalization, how it's really taking over the industry, and there's a need for it. That's why.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, this is something everyone is hearing. It's talked about regularly in really all industries, and ours is no different. And it's something that we've offered in some way, shape, or form over the last really 20 years. We've had documentation capabilities whereby you could extract the bolting data off of the pump and have that on a spreadsheet in your computer to file away for quality control purposes. We've had those things. It was always, it was sort of limited, the general desire for this or demand for this, but it was there when it was needed. And so over the years, it's obviously grown. And as it's grown, as we touched on before, we do our part to try to really pay attention to what's going on, what our customers are looking for. And as such, we develop different offerings for that. And this is really the culmination of that. The HYTORC Connect app just allows for us to get this data capturing, get this digitalization in unprecedented ways. Again, recognized with an award was fantastic and really an honor. And we're excited to bring it to the world because we feel like this is a big step. We talk about the hardware side, we talk about the advancements we make there, the innovations we make there. That's always sort of been our bread and butter, what we've focused on as an organization, and coming out with a lot of new ways to go about your bolting work, doing it safer, doing it easier, doing it better. And now, on the software side is sort of that next point. There's a lot there that we're seeing, and we've got a fantastic team devoted towards it that's involved in the development. And what we've got here is really exciting. You can see some screenshots, obviously, but it's really an offering that I feel takes things forward in as big of a manner as some of our hardware offerings did for the overall productivity of the work, for the overall safety and the quality. And that, again, is going to contribute towards the mission at hand, eliminating these fugitive emissions.
Yeah, and just what I'm seeing there is it's just the efficiency of it too as well. We talked about the electric tools, another Spotlight on New Technology Award winner. If I didn't mention it already, that's 4 for HYTORC here. But the Lithium Series 2, this electric tool, talk about this tool itself, because MXT Plus, groundbreaking. Lithium Series 2, groundbreaking tool.
Yeah, we've come out with, again, innovation. It's always something we're looking to do. We're always looking to push the envelope, find different ways, but it really has to make sense for us. We want to develop and put something out to market that really enhances the work that's we're going out there to do. And the LST is a perfect example of that. We came up with a battery operated tool around 10 years ago called our BTM. It was our first foray into battery operated tooling. And yeah, it was really, it was a great reception for it. People really took to it. Our clients really liked the portability it offered, the ease of use, the technology that was available to capture data, because that was all generally built in. The LST took things a big step forward. We really paid attention to what was going on, what folks liked, what they didn't like, and how we could ultimately apply it to the next generation. And that's what this Lithium Series 2 is, LST. It takes everything that we had in the BTM and builds on it. And one of the main areas it does that is with the capabilities associated with the apps, with the wireless data capturing, and that sort of things, not to mention durability, not to mention versatility, power. We're going up to 5,000 foot-pounds. So, everywhere where there was perhaps a limitation, a gap, something that we felt we could do better, really has been addressed with this LST. And it's taking on. Many of our customers are looking at it, exploring it for a variety of different uses. And this is something we're really happy to roll out, happy to work with our customers to see where it fits best. And I think it'll make a dramatic impact.
There's no doubt that when we're out at the shows, certainly the wow factor comes into effect when you talk about the LST, or when they get a chance to use it even, and we demo it on the floor. Why don't you tell us about the Vector pump here, Eric?
Yeah, also a major part of the equation associated with digitalization, Industry 4.0, data capturing. This is the way we go about it with our hydraulic setup. So the pump, as is generally known, is the the muscle, is the brains, is the heart of the operation. And we were looking at, okay, what can we do to enhance it? As I mentioned before, we've had data capturing capabilities. This is not our first attempt at this. We had them 25 years ago, but it was, perhaps a little bit more cumbersome than folks would like, and we wanted to figure out ways to make it easier, make it just more intuitive. And that was sort of the general drive with the development of the vector pump. How is it that we can make the overall operation, absolutely including that digitalization piece, easier, more intuitive, more straightforward? Old pumping units, there was a lot of manual efforts involved. You had to look at a pressure torque conversion chart. You had to manually dial it in, had to make sure you see it properly on that gauge. You really had to sense, okay, when that socket turned, when it was at the end of its stroke, the tool. There was a lot of it was prone for human error. There was a lot of sort of parts of that we looked at and we said, we got to be able to clean that up. There has to be a way that we can really clean all of this up with the development of a new pump. And that's what we're talking about here, the vector pump. But our customers said alongside of us, we wish that could be done better. We wish that could be done easier. And we put that into the vector pump. There's so many capabilities this pump has, whether it's the screen that you see on the top left here, this picture where it just shows, really just makes it super intuitive. You've got the tools, pictures of the tools, you dial in what it is you're looking for, you input the torque you want, and it translates it right into the tool. No messing around with pressure conversion charts, no messing around with gauges or valves to try and dial in that pressure. It does it all itself. It's all built right into it. And you just simply pull the trigger and you hold it down until you get an audible and a visual cue that this work has been done. It couldn't be easier. And this is the most advanced power pack that we've ever offered and we feel available on the world market.
I think it's just an overall thing of, speed that comes with digital, right? I mean, whether it's us with our phones, whatever is out there, if it's digital, it just has that speed factor and the data capture capabilities that are out there now. And one thing that you guys have addressed is the open protocol and the fact that you can work within other systems as well.
Yeah, we've worked with a whole host of different systems that are out there that our customers are currently using, and we found ways to integrate it with our hydraulic units, with our battery operated units, and so there's really nothing that we can't work together on to ensure compatibility. We have our team of software engineers, of hardware engineers that work in conjunction with our clients to make sure that this all fits, that they can speak to one another, and that the communication is easy and just seamless. Because that's what it comes down to with any of this. It's not so much as, okay, as I mentioned, there was some technologies available, but it was cumbersome, it was time consuming, it was just very manual. And we have to get away from that. The job still has to get done in an efficient fashion. So the goal was, can we figure out how to have our cake and eat it too? Get the job done efficiently, get it done properly, but still have this vast benefit that comes with capturing the data of the work. The benefit being quality control, having a paper trail associated with the bolted joints to say, yes, that bolted joint was put together properly. And that's something that's really a big deal because, again, it was done prior to that manually. It was prone to human error. There was a whole host of different things that could occur that are now taken out of the equation with our latest.
So, Eric, we've talked about the tooling, the hardware, if you will, the software. As we're eliminating fugitive emissions, right? We have this, you have the tools like we talked about. There's a third part to this, but it really takes all three. You have to have all three to address this challenge that's out there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it's really, we kind of look at it as three pillars, and we're looking at service being that third pillar behind the technology, the hardware, the software, and now support. So, and they combine. They really combine to offer you this level of enhancement, productivity enhancement, job quality enhancement that we're talking about here. I mean, we know that we can deliver significant enhancements to the work. There's not a question about it. We've seen it. We have case studies about it. We're happy to share those with anyone who wants to see them. And in all of those cases, almost without question, it's those three combining. And so on the service and support side of it, you're talking not just about, okay, repairing tools and our capabilities with that, which are vast, which are terrific. You can see one of our mobile service vehicles on here. You're talking about our training team also, which works in conjunction with ASME as well as OSHA to provide these high-level, comprehensive training courses on industrial bolting, allowing for our customers to have a greater competency associated with the work, which that in itself, how that contributes towards job safety and job quality improvements. But the customer service also, our team here, our team around the world, available to our territory managers around the entire globe, available to our customers 24/7, come out on site, get them equipment, whatever it is they need. It's part of the HYTORC offering. So, and not to mention our high care service plans. These are after sales service programs where we have extended warranties, we have payment terms, we have, a whole host of different preventative maintenance type of packages that work in conjunction with our van to come out there, preferred pricing, obviously associated with that. So, there's a lot that's offered here. And if you're unfamiliar with our service team and our support network, we're happy to share it with you. Who's in your local area? You can find that on our website. We can work with you to set up a meeting with our training staff or our service team. Our vans are all over the country, all over the globe at this point, and on them they're providing repair services. They have loaner equipment. They have calibration capabilities. Really, whatever it is you're looking for to allow for you to minimize that downtime. And that's a lot of what this comes down to: enhancing worker competency, minimizing downtime, really putting you in a position, our customers, to do the work in the very best way possible. That's our goal throughout all of this, and our support is so critical in that effort.
And we're going to dive deeper into that service and support that's out there. Before you mentioned something, I want to tease it a little bit. We need to talk practical use, and we're going to take a look at a case study where we were able to put everything we're talking about to use. So as we dive here, on-site support, I mean, that's key. It's, hey, if they got to put it in a box and send it back, that's downtime. And we can address that too if that's necessary. The on-site service and support, and you've got the expertise in the industry. You've seen it for the most part, and if you haven't, the eyeballs are going out on site to see it.
Yeah, we have a team that goes out and is right on site with our customers, working with them, helping them with procedural guidance, trying to figure out things as mentioned on this slide, different patterns and sequences, flange labeling, making sure compliance with ASME guidelines, parallel joint closure to get the job done as proper and efficient as possible, and delivering these savings and quality enhancements, but the support services are really a big component of this, because our bolting experts, our supervisors throughout the globe will come out and they'll be there with you throughout this entire process. We're not providing the bolting service, but we're working in conjunction with our contractors and with the crew to ensure that the work is done really as best as it can be. And there's a lot to this. It's not as simple as, here's a tool, go perform the job. It's the procedures. It's that sort of guidance that, alongside of the training, that we can come in and offer. And I think many of our customers take us up on it. If you have not, we'd love to discuss it further with you, because it's a part of the work, and it's really an aspect that everyone should take advantage of. Site surveys, where we come out, we provide you with a comprehensive proposal. There's no commitment, there's no obligation on anyone's part. This is really how we prefer to get started, that we come out and lay this all out to give you our recommendation for how to tackle this job as best as possible. And so, this is available throughout the globe, and I sincerely mean that. Wherever you may be, so is HYTORC.
Yeah, and as I think about this, you guys are out addressing these issues. It really just takes a phone call. That's all it takes, is a phone call. Go to the website, HYTORC.com, submit it. Someone will be in touch. They'll pretty quickly, actually, and known for that in the industry. Sealing, when you talk about fugitive emissions, I mean, this is where, so we've talked about the hardware that's out there. We've talked, obviously we talked about the JWasher, right? The award-winning tools, the hardware, the software that's out there. The sealing it's really the fundamentals of this. This is where the service and support come in. When your guys are out there, it's the training to that's going to address this challenge.
Yeah, well, we want to provide it A to Z. We want to offer our customers a level of support where we are going to tackle this problem as best we can. And certainly the sealing fundamentals that we talk of here are a major aspect of it. So this is kind of getting into the weeds a bit on exactly what it is that we're doing, how we're kind of going about it. And this is what our specialists are all about. They're bolting specialists and bolted joint specialists. Major part of that is ensuring that bolted joint is put together properly and effectively. And so this is a part of that supervision. This is a part of that support, where we come out and ensure that you are putting yourself in the very best position to eliminate any leakages that can occur, whether that's fluid leakages, which is an environmental concern, a safety concern, or fugitive emissions, as we're talking about here, which is the same type of concern. We're going to do our part to ensure that this is stopped and eliminated, and this is a big part of it. We have to work with our customers and with the contractors to ensure that these connections, these bolted joints are in a good position to be put together properly. It's not as easy as just tighten it to a certain torque and you're done with it, move on. You really have to get involved, and our team of specialists is this is what they do. So they're very, very involved, and they're going to get into it and ensure that it's done properly.
And it can't be stressed enough, the experts in the industry, over 50 plus years experience you're talking about, they've seen most of it. They know there's others out there to see, but you have to have the experts to address the challenge. Talk about the HYTORC Bolting Institute. This is something that you guys put together, again, recognizing a need that was out there.
Yeah, it's our training arm. It's our training division. It's a group of team members around the globe who focus solely on training our customers, developing customized, comprehensive training courses for our customers wherever they may reside. There's, as I mentioned before, that we work with ASME to provide the PCC1 training courses, the QBS course qualified bolting specialists. We also are working with EN, obviously overseas. We're working with OSHA here in the States. There's a lot that we can do here. Really, it depends, again, what it is that our customers are looking for. One of the things that certainly came up over the last 2 years was the ability to do it remotely, virtual trainings. That's something many of our customers have taken us up on and continue to take us up on because, for obvious reasons, it was convenient. You had the ability to train a group of team members where they may not be residing in the same area. We can get them all on Zoom or what have you, and connect with a specialist here in New Jersey or at our corporate headquarters or somewhere else in the world and put on a training course, a robust training course. And so, the reason that we separated this group from our team is because of the importance of it. We needed really these folks to do nothing but this type of work. And what you'll see when you go through our training courses is just how comprehensive they are and also how unbiased they are. They're not HYTORC training courses. They are industrial bolting equipment training courses. You're going to leave there with a better sense of how to perform your bolting work safer and more effectively. And it is not just about HYTORC. We want the overall industrial bolting world to be safer and to be more effective.
Putting the programs together, we talked about the HYTORC Bolting Institute there, this constant, customer service that's available to them. When we say 24/7, 365, it's 24/7, 365. There's an issue out there. Listen, if there's a leak out there now, pick up the phone, call, and they're going to talk to somebody right there.
That's right. That's what we've been known for since really our inception. We do try to do our very best to be there for our customers at all times. And, that calls for, some 24/7, 365 type of coverage. And we have that really throughout the globe. And it's really an important aspect of this because of the criticality of the work that we're involved in. Obviously, all these bolted joints are highly critical. They need to be, they need a company, in our opinion, that's going to be there for them. If something goes awry, something happens, they need additional equipment, whatever it is, we're going to be there and take care of them and minimize that downtime associated with that work. And that's something we do on a daily basis. And so there's no doubt about it that when you need us, we're going to be there for you. Put us to the test if it comes down to it. We're happy to get out wherever you may reside and just limit the downtime and just get you back online as fast as possible. And beyond that, with the custom engineering, the customized solutions, that's a really big part of what we do. We talked about the fixtures, we talked about the fasteners. There's a lot that needs to be still customized. It's not as simple as just having a brochure with all of the different things that we can do, and that's that. There's a lot of customization necessary, and that's something we take on and we've taken on for many years. And the things that we've come up with, I know, have allowed our customers to do the work again, do it safer and do it better. I mean, that's always the goal with everything we do, and certainly custom engineered solutions are a big part of that because it is far from one size fits all model. I mean, far from that.
And not only, customized to it's customized. There are programs out there, obviously, people can plug into, and we're going to talk about HYTORC in a moment. But it's really about what do you need that day. So, for example, if you need this to come out, that calibration and repair, and you need us to come out on a Thursday because that tool is going to be busy on Tuesday and Wednesday, then there's adjustments that you guys are making. It's about the customer and really their schedule. You're going to fit into their schedule.
No doubt. I mean, that's what we do. We try to really just put together programs and packages that make the most sense for our customers. You know, whether it's something, you know, they want us there at certain intervals, they want us there for an extended period. I mean, we've had situations where our mobile service vehicle has been on site for the entirety of a turnaround, which is the maintenance, you know, that goes on in these oil and gas and these refineries and so forth. You know, we're there for the entirety, just to have someone on site available. We're happy to do that. We're happy to offer you that. Or cabinets, you know, containers with all the equipment on it and available for, you know, again, minimize that downtime. Have the equipment readily available. If something goes wrong, you have it there. So, you know, we know we're not, you know, the entirety of any of this maintenance work that goes on, but we know also, based on the feedback we've received, that if we enhance our part of it and we do our part to get the job done faster, get it done safer, get it done easier, that at the end it contributes to significant productivity savings, and that much has been verified many times over the years. And you know, this is as I keep saying, a major part of it. All these pieces really come together to allow for us to deliver those significant savings.
And that on-site calibration is so important, obviously, in addressing this challenge of fugitive emissions. Let's make sure that the tool is getting that regularly and it's addressing that. We talked about customize. So when you see something on screen, oh, you're going to get this, this, and that. Yes, these are the packages, but there is of course there's flexibility within it, because each client, each customer, each company has their own specific needs based on the challenge, based on whatever that project is that they're addressing.
This is relatively new, HYTORC. You know, it's within the last couple of years we developed this service plans that we coin as HYTORC. And the idea with it was, yeah, just to kind of develop sort of a starting point. These are the different packages. These are the different tiers that we offer, as you can see on here, and you can read more about on our website. They come with different warranties. They come with a variety of different features and benefits to them, and there's different pricing associated with them. You know, but again, it's a lot about working with our customers to understand what it is they're up against, what it is they're facing. But this is all designed to lessen the headaches associated with industrial bolting tool ownership. And that's what we want to contribute to the equation as HYTORC. We want to help our customers to minimize the headaches, the frustrations associated with the ownership of tools, because we appreciate that these tools are high-powered devices. There's a lot that goes into them. The maintenance is critical. There's no doubt about it. Like you know, I mean, like many other things, you have to maintain them properly. You have to calibrate them regularly. You have to look after them, do preventative maintenances on them. We want to offer these packages to take a lot of that guesswork, take a lot of that worry out of the equation, allow for our customers to get back to doing what it is that they do best, and allow for us as an organization to shoulder this area, this burden perhaps, and we can do that very well with these different programs.
All right, so the tools we've heard about. We've heard about the software, so important, the digitalization that's going on in the industry, the service and support, robust service and support. But at the end of the day, what the audience wants to hear about there is the practical use. You've put all of that to work and you've addressed the challenges.
Yeah, this is what we're showing on this screen here, a turnaround that occurred in a refinery where really we did all of the things that we've been speaking about here, and it all came together to ultimately tackle a challenge that they were facing with regards to fugitive emissions. You know, there was site surveys that were done, you know, detecting and measuring leaks, and leaks were detected in a pretty significant way with thermal imaging. So it's not, you know, it takes a lot more than just the naked eye or just typical sort of sensing equipment. A lot of this thermal imaging, so there's some pretty advanced equipment needed to really see it. We measured it with a sensor. It was over that threshold that they determined of 50,000 ppm per year. And, you know, so that was the reality. That was what was going on in this place and this refinery that's in Turkey. And we were speaking to them and working closely with them over the years, and we started to discuss some of the various ways that we can really tackle this. A lot of most what we've spoken about here today. And, you know, we put it all into action, the hardware, the software, the support, really brought it all together, and the results were everything that we were hoping they would be. No leakages observed. You know, the time savings were significant of 30%, especially that's the first time. So you can imagine that that's just going to get better with time. We really have no doubt about it. Very safe and easy, you know, and they're going to be using these HYTORC washers, which you see all over here. There's the hardware side of things. The HYTORC washer enabled them to do the work really as safely and efficiently as possible. So, you know, this is just a real world example, something where we put the things that we talk about into reality, into practice, and we were able to deliver on the results. And the results were significant. Not only, and that's the really the beauty of the systems we're talking about, and I somewhat touched on before. It's not just about providing a solution. It's providing a solution while also recognizing and truly appreciating that we want the job to still, we need the job to still be done efficiently. I mean, if we can tackle a problem, but we double the amount of time associated with it, that's not getting it done in the HYTORC fashion. And so not only are we tackling the problem, but we're doing it actually more efficiently with 30% time saving. So that's the beauty of the system. You can have your cake and eat it too. You can tackle this major issue, this situation that everyone is facing, and at the same time, actually do the work faster. And that's the part that is the HYTORC difference, if you will. It's
the challenge that's out there. It's eliminating fugitive emissions. And you're forced to. There's fines out there. You're losing money every day that it's happening. Everything that was presented here today, Eric, this is about what HYTORC is about. It's the HYTORC standard.
It's the HYTORC standard. I mean, that's what we go back to. We talk about HYTORC standard being superior quality, superior technology, superior support, and how that can ultimately lead to job safety, job quality, and job schedule enhancements. That's kind of the packaging of the HYTORC standard, and that's everything we've spoken about here today. And so this is what we're bringing to the equation as an organization, as mentioned in a moment ago, that HYTORC difference, how it is that we can work closely with our clients to really enhance this work. It's not any one thing over another. They all have their importance in this general equation of addressing this situation. And that's what we've seen, that's what we've applied. That one example is just one example, but there are many others. We have a host of different examples and case studies and success stories where we've done this. That was just a unique one that we were happy to share, but we've got others that we can provide you and share with you to show that this is not, you know, talk. This is something we've delivered upon, and we're happy to begin discussions with whoever is out there and looking for a solution to this challenge that is going on across the globe. And I feel confident based on our experiences, based on the successes that we've had, that we can contribute in a meaningful way to your operation and reduce these emissions in a substantial way.
And as we come to a close here, we just want to let you know, yes, HYTORC is ready to work with you to help eliminate fugitive emissions.